Hey, what's up, y'all? Silver here. I wanted to make this video to help and to point out something that I've seen in the Tekken community. Well, in general, for most Tekken players. Well, let me first say this: this video is mostly made. It's made for people who want to get better, and also I want to show people how to play this game properly. But of course, if you're trying to have fun, I don't think this is the video for you. But if you want to come and learn, come check me out. Come check this video out. I have a lot. I have a lot of good tips, and I just want to go over this topic as well. Well, the topic I'm talking about is that for most of us, man, even including myself, our neutral is not there. It's not there. Our fundamentals, our close-up game, is not there. There's something wrong, and it's fine because this game is hard. It's hard for people to come in, yeah. But I literally playing this game for I've been playing this game for almost 2 to 3 years, I think. And this game, this Tekken 8 iteration is probably the neutral game for most players. Even at my rank, around, I'm not gonna say TGS, but I'll say around all the way to, I'm gonna say beginner, all the way to almost Tekken God. Some of y'all don't know how to poke, don't know how to play here, right here, this distance right here. Y'all don't know how to play this distance, or y'all don't know how to play. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know how to play around range 2 or 3, or I say 2, 1 or 2. This is called small Tekken. When you're playing around this range and your moves are around 15 frames, 16 frames or faster, that's called small Tekken, right? This is when you're playing around here, this is where you're gonna be using a lot of fast moves, pokes and all that stuff. We'll get into that. But why I just want to show y'all that most of y'all don't know how to play neutral. We don't know how to play neutral. Our fundamentals are not there. I'm from America, and most American players, I'm gonna tell you this, man, most American players, we need help. This is another thing I want to say. Us American players, we're ass. We ask because we don't take it seriously, but I make it. This video is for the people who are serious. I understand, but America is ass in the tournament scene, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. And it's because we as the community, we not helping each other, trying to show people that there's a whole different side of Tekken for the people who want to get good. And it's called fundamentals and neutral, and it's not there. It's not there for America. And most other players around the world don't know this as well, neutral and fundamentals. Now that I've gotten that out the way, and I have pointed that out, I want to show y'all how you go upon this, and how do you build upon the poking fundamentals of this game, and how is this going to help you? Okay. Of course, y'all, this is a slash fundamental neutral X how to play Lee video, right? Along the way, I will make some more videos on how to play other characters. But right now, let's get into the first segment. All right. Our poking and neutral tools. First of all, our best move, one of our best tools actually in this game is a jab. That will be a 1 or 2. For Lee Chaolan, this is it's pretty. His 1 or 2 jab is good because both of them are actually +1 on block. Right, both of them. Other characters like their 1 jab is usually +1, but their 2 jab is neutral or -1 on block. You know, I think. All right, why is the jab so good? Because the jab is your fastest move and one of your fastest moves in the game. 1 or 2 for Lee. It's the fastest thing that's gonna come out. It's a 10 frame, super fast, super quick. It's a high, it's safe on block, it's actually plus on block. And on hit, it's +8. Alright, that's a jab. How do we use a jab? There's many ways of using your jab. You can use your jab as a keep out tool, right? Keep them out, you know, check them, you know, check them for coming in. Because why? Because it's quick and it's very hard to punish. And nobody's really going to punish you if you throw out a jab. Unless they're literally godlike. Of course, you know. But they have to be looking for it. So you can just throw out a jab and be safe with it. You know, you're not going to get punished like that. Alright. But also, it can use as pressure. This is a good pressure tool. Jab, jab. You know, you're +1, +1, +1. Okay. You're doing jabs, right, against your opponent. Okay, what can you do? What are you waiting for? Like, what are you looking for? What you are looking for is for how your opponent is reacting to your jab. You're looking for if your opponent is mashing against your jab. That's one thing. Is he mashing against your jab? Think about that. Is my opponent mashing against my jab? Yes? Boom. That's what happens. You're +1. His 10 frame. What is the fastest thing? Your jab. He does a jab. That's the fastest thing the opponent can do. This opponent can do. Jab, right? Why is my jab winning? Because it's because of the +1. So it's actually, my jab is actually coming out at 9 frames. So that means my jab is always going to beat his jab because his jab is coming out slower because he's -1, I'm +1. Got it? Bet. Okay, we got that. Okay, what if he ducks? Okay, if he ducks, bet. This is another thing. You're seeing, you have used your jab, your opponent is ducking against your jab. All right. You can mid-check him. That's when you're going to start throwing out down for ones. You're going to start throwing out mids. Mids are really good in this game. It's really good for Lee. Because you have to mid-check with this character. You have to. You gotta do a lot of mid-checking. People duck a lot against this guy. It's very annoying. Now that you have seen this, boom. You got down 4 mid-check. 13 frames. Most mids come out at 12 or 13 frames. The fastest mids that you're gonna possess for neutral are gonna come out at 12 or 13 frames. But for Lee Chaolan, it's gonna be his max is gonna be 13 frames, which is gonna be his down for 1 and down for 4. That's gonna be his fastest moves for mid checking. And he has some other ones like his standing 3, 4, 2, but we get into that in a bit. But of course, we're talking about the jab and how to deal with people ducking. Of course, you're down for 1. Your second most important tool is your down for 1. Because this move is gonna check people for ducking and stepping. So if they step to the right, to their right, your down for 1 is gonna track that, and also is gonna track people for ducking at the same time. It might not hit them, but you're gonna catch them ducking. Like you most likely gonna catch them stepping and ducking, and you want to be in their face. Why down for one a good mid checking tool? Because on block, this move is -1. That's basically neutral. It basically is almost basically zero to your opponent. Okay, that's good. Why is that good with Lee? We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Why is that -1 really good for Lee? Because you're gonna set up a lot of stuff with that. All right. Another mid checking tool is gonna be your downfall 4. Downfall. All the tools I'm showing you are very important. These are your key moves. Jab, downfall 1, downfall 4. Jab for pressure, keep out. Downfall 1 for checking people for stepping and ducking. This also goes for downfall 4. Why? Because downfall 4 is gonna check people for ducking, and it's also hit confirmable. See? You can hit confirm. That downfall 4 hits, you let it go. Because it's a heat engager plus 17. Super good. What else does it do? So we saw that it catches people ducking. It also catches people stepping to their left. So if I see my opponent against my jab or downfall 1, by the way, that jab mind game about the ducking, stepping, mashing stuff, right? Also works with downfall 1. Your downfall 1 can also work. It also works with that. I'm gonna show you why. It's gonna be really good. Your downfall, both jab and downfall 1 is gonna be your main game plan. It's gonna. These two moves right are gonna is your basic building blocks for every setup you have or gonna do with this character. All right. So if we make him step to the left, to their left, downfall 4 is gonna track. Oh, you see that? But if we make him step to the right, guess what? Downfall 4 will not track. So if my opponent is step ducking to the left, to their left, downfall 4 is gonna track them. It's gonna check them for that. But if they're just stepping, it's just gonna track them. They could just step block, but that's dangerous. All right. We got his downfall 4. Also, another good checking move, in my opinion, is gonna be your standing 3. 14 frame. Don't worry, that's still good. Cause if your opponent is stepping to the right, standing 3 is gonna be your main go-to. Besides your downfall 1, it's a hit confirmable. It has an extension that tracks to that side, to the right. See that? Boom, boom. All right. Let's review over the moves we just went through. We just went against our jab, downfall 1, downfall 4, standing 3, high, mid, mid, mid. Those are gonna be your main mids for Lee Chaolan, and jab is gonna be your main high with Lee Chaolan for neutral pressure. And all right, let's go over his lows. What lows do we have with Lee Chaolan? We have pretty, I'm gonna say, good lows with Lee Chaolan. A good low. First of all, let me get over first of all, the back 3-3. Let's all talk. I know everybody talks about Lee's back 3-3. It's good, but it's not broken. It's not broken because what's it called? It's not really giving anything. It's only +4. Like the opponent can step. I don't want to get into the rant, but it's good. But the reason I wanted to bring this up is because a lot of you Lee Chaolan players, especially like around Tekken King or lower, or even Tekken Emperor, abuse this too much. If y'all stop using this too much and rely on the other lows I'm about to show you, you will skyrocket to Tekken God, Tekken TGS God of Destruction most likely because of that one simple change. And it's because you're not using Lee Chaolan's other good lows. And I'm talking about his lows that are you gonna be abusing and poking your opponent down. Alright. That low is gonna be down back 3. Down back 3, down back 3 plus 4. Your best lows. One of your best lows. We're gonna have, and there's also one other low that to me is my favorite low. It's gonna be down 3, but we're gonna go over down back 3 and down for 1. Okay, now that we are on down back 3, there's also another thing it's gonna be a 2 and 1, down back 3 and down for 1. Why? Because both these moves grant you the -1. Down back 3 is super safe, correct? Right? It's safe. On block is actually -11, so your opponent can't punish you, but you're just taking an 11 frame punish. It's not too bad. Right? So it's safe, it's quick, 20 frames, unreactable, promise. If somebody is reacting to that, they're lying to you. But it's down back 3, 20 frames, unreactable, really good low poke. What happens when you hit them on -1? What can you do? What's the mind game? The mind game is that if your opponent mash, they die. If you're mashing, they're gonna die. Why? Because I'm about to show. This is also the main game plan. What you're down for 1 about to show you down back 3. If they do a high to retaliate, you're gonna do you can do it 4-4-4. You see that? You also got down 2. You also got down 3. Down 3. Why? Because down 3 high crushes. What y'all seeing right here is Lee Chaolan's high crushing moves. These are your main high crushing moves that you're seeing. 4-4-4, super good move. Spam this move. Spam it. Super good move. Super good move, man. I'm gonna show you how you're gonna utilize that move. Super good move. But right here, if they do a high, which is your jab, which is going to most likely be a jab, that's going to beat that. Down 2, Lee Chaolan's down 2, high crushes, guarantee follow-ups on counter hit. Like you get a guaranteed acid rain. If I could only do it. I guess I can't do it. Oh wow. Anyways, I guess it's a YouTube curse. Like main man, the video recording curse. But you also get down for 4 follow up. For 1+2 follow up, you can wall splat. Down 3, you get a whole ass combo. Of course, we'll get more into this low in a bit, but if your opponent is doing a high and you read that and you do a down 3, you're gonna high crush him and most likely counter hit, and you're gonna get a combo for that. That's super good. Like that's broken. That down 3 counter hit is broken. Okay. What else? Like I said, this goes for his down for 1. Like you're gonna be spamming jabs, down for 1s, down back 3. Right? You're gonna do a lot of that. Because all those things set up into that his high crushing. You see this? I'm doing jab, I'm doing down for 1, I'm doing down back 3, I'm high crushing his highs. So you can be +1, -1, you can even be -2, and you can do this. Promise. Like this mind game. But there's also more to this mind game. Now we're gonna go into what happens when your opponent does a mid. Alright, bet. Come on. Let's see. 13 frame mid. Remember, if some mids come out of 12, 13 frames. So the fastest mids your opponent or the character you're playing is gonna have. Alright. If you get the read that your opponent always mashes, like remember, observe if your opponent is ducking, stepping, mashing. This even goes for the move they are using to retaliate. If your opponent is doing something that's 10 frames, you're going to do a high crush. If your opponent is doing something that's 13 frames or 12 frames, you're going to counter hit them with these tools you have, right? I'm going to show you. So if you say, same thing with down back 3, down for 1, jab. If they are mashing 2-2-3, 2-2-3. So 10 frame counter hit confirm. 10 frame counter hit confirm string. So if you do down for one and your opponent tries to check you with a mid, 2-2-3 is gonna catch them. And look what happens at the wall. At the wall, this is so good. Boom, boom, boom. That's what happens. This also goes for your down back 3. 2-2-3 if they do a mid. Also goes for your jab, your +1, 2-2-3 if they're mid. There's nothing that if they mash, they're gonna get hit by that. They're +1. If they do a mid, they're gonna get hit by that. You also got Magic 4. This is such a good move. Chaolan is blessed to have this. But of course, there's a execution barrier. This combo I'm doing for that Magic 4. This is 4-4-4. 4-4-4. That's the Magic 4. 11 frame counter hit confirm launcher. See that? I confirm, and you get a whole combo for that 11 frame counter hit. But yeah, 11 frame counter hit launcher, man. Like this can change the tide of a match so good. 11 frame. And this, you're gonna do your 11 frame when people are mashing mids against you, against your down for 1, down back 3, and jab. All right. Oh, whenever you're -1, -2, or you know. Neutral. All right, now that we got in the down back 3 mind games and all that stuff out. Also, you know, if you're doing a lot of lows, a quick tip. Say you do a lot of down back 3s, your opponent starts ducking. What do? Remember, if your opponent starts ducking, down 4-4. But remember, it's not a frame trap. They can still mash right here, so it's a read. So sometimes it's better to back off and watch them. Let them, like I'll do a down back 3, back off, and let them show me what they do most of the time. And the next time I do a down back 3, what I'm gonna do next is because I did a hard read. I read it. I'm not just gonna come up here, do a down back 3, and just do an option. No, do down back 3, back off, watch them, let them show you what they do, and you counter that. That's how you're gonna do that. That's how you're gonna do that mind game. You're gonna counter whatever dumb shit they do. Oh, sorry. Gotta do something real quick. But what's it called? Yeah, down back 3, down for 1, jab. You already know the mind games. But like I said, read what your opponent is doing. Don't be just mashing, just throwing out what jab, down for 1, jab, down for 1. Read what your opponent is doing. All right. Let's get to his other lows. Down back 3 +4. Counter hit. Knockdown. Guaranteed. Blazing kick. Up back 3. Down 3. Another down back 3. It's up to you. But blazing, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. 3+4, down back 3+4 is my favorite low. I spam this low. This is like that low. This low I showed y'all is my general my go-to low. I spam the crap out of this low. Why? Because it's so good, man. This is such a good low, and I'm gonna show you how to use it. Instead, so first of all, the low it comes out of around 21 to 23 frames. Because of the animation, you do meet some people who are retarded, and I'm not retarded, cracked out of their mind, and they can't see that low. So just think about that. If this low is getting blocked or low parried a lot, it's because most likely the opponent you're going against is because they're godlike and they can't react to it, or you being very how do I put this? You being very obvious in how you placing your lows. So a good thing is to switch up your lows. Like down back 3 comes out a different timing. Why? Because it comes out faster. Do things that do different times. Like you can do a side step down back 3, a side step down back 3+4, backdash down back 3+4. You know, change the timing of your lows, and you will see a lot of benefit off of that. But remember, this comes out of the opponent you are fighting. Think about how they're playing. Are they playing fast or are they playing slow? If they're playing slow, change up the timing. If they're playing too fast, check them constantly. You know, that I'll get into that more later. But that's how I think. All right. What else? You know, down back 3+4. I'm gonna tell you what it does on hit. On hit, you're +4. On block, my friend, you are launchable by. So you're -13 on block, right? So remember that you are launch punishable by characters like Kazuya, Eddie. Remember that. But you know, this is generally kind of like a safe low you could throw out. Pretty good. -13, +4 on block. +4 is super good, but at the same time it's not. Because even though you're +4, it doesn't mean that is your frames. Because guess what? People can step you. Yay! I love that. So if the people are stepping you to the right, to their left, you're gonna use downfall 4. If they're stepping to the other side, you're gonna do standing 3. Even though, like, let me show you. See, your downfall 1 is usually your perfect frame trap, but they can step it. You see that? Just remember that. Your downfall 1 does not frame trap. It can be steps. You're gonna have to, and depending on the character, like, you see this? Depending on the character you're going against, they can step shit. So you gotta figure out where they're stepping. If they're stepping to their left, you're gonna do downfall 4. If they're stepping to the right, you're gonna do standing 3. Your downfall 1. You're gonna do a forward 2-1. Also, by the way, y'all, forward 2-1. I forgot about this mid check. This is also a really good mid check. See that? If they step to the right, forward 2, it's gonna catch them, and you hit confirm it. It's a hit confirmable. 14 frame mid. Also a punish. See that? So if they duck, this is a good mid check. You can do the same thing with downfall 1. You see that? Down back 3 mind games, all that shit. But of course, remember, people could still step. So make sure you're seeing how, like, what you can do. Like, again, based on the league gameplay, you're gonna do a lot of reading and, like, you know, baiting. So you're gonna do down back 3+4, and you're gonna see what they do. If they mash, you know what to do. You're gonna frame trap them with your downfall 4, downfall 1, forward 2-1. If they are stepping to a certain way, do 1+2, do downfall 4. If you know, like, if you can read which way they're stepping. If they're power crushing, do a grab. Do a low, like, do down back 3+4, down 3. You know, do frame traps like magic 4, 2-2-3. If you're mashing, downfall 4, standing 3. like do different things. Like if they're respecting the frames, now this is when you start doing like shit like running through 4, down 3, back through 3. You know, gain more frames, You know, like this load is a load that conditions them not to mash, not to step. Because if you do down back 3 plus 4, you do track them. You see that? Because you're hella plus for it to track. But yeah. But once they start respecting this low, you start doing running 3-4, and now you're gonna start doing running 3-4, down back 3 plus 4, down back 3-4, running 3-4. Mix up the timings, mix up that shit. You know, once they start respecting. But that's how I use down back 3 plus 4. To me, this is like my 50-50 low instead of this low. But it's hard. It's not hard to land it, but it's hard to land it against people who are mashing. So make sure you calm them down. All right, let's go to back 3-3. How are we gonna use back 3-3? The way we're gonna use back 3-3 is that you're not gonna use it unless you have to. And what I mean by that is that your opponent is being stubborn as hell defensively. Or your opponent is super ass so you can abuse it. Okay? Back 3-3 is a defense breaking tool. You use it to break your opponent's defense and to make them do something. Because me as a lead player, it's hard to break defenses, right? By the way, y'all, now that I said that, I want to think some lead players and some others think that back 3-3 is cheesy and you shouldn't use it. On the contrary, I was one of the first lead players to be against back 3-3, but to get to the point where I got, guys, lead players, you have to use back 3-3. You have to use back 3-3. You have to. I'm not saying spam it, but I'm saying you have to. But you have to at the right moments. And that's gonna be when your opponent is just standing there. If he's standing there, not doing shit, he's not even ducking. Like, it's hard to break people. Like, a lot of good players know that it's hard for lead to break their defense. So what they're gonna do is just stand there and just look at you and let you kill yourself. So what you gotta do is you're gonna have to back 3-3 and go for heavy mix-ups. You have to go for heavy mix-ups. That's gonna be your back 3-3, down back 3 plus 4, running 3-4. You have these moves are gonna be your grabs. Your grabbing with these is gonna be very important. We'll get into that later. But back 3-3 is you're gonna use it to break your opponent's defense if they're blocking too much and they're not doing shit. They're just standing there. That goes for down back 3 plus 4. Goes for the same for down back 3 plus 4. All right. So if you're gonna use back 3-3, is if you hold forward, you're +4. If you don't, you're -1. And you already know about the -1 mind games. You know, you can do shit like that. You know, if they're doing highs, 4-4-4. If they're doing mids, you know, magic 4. Well, back 3-3 again, y'all. Even though you're +4, guess what? People, I believe, can still step you. Let me double check. Let me fact check that. It might be a little bit harder because he is moving a little bit. He's moving forward. See. I'm not trying to do that. Oh. Down 4-1 doesn't track. Forward 2-1 doesn't track. So yeah, again, y'all, this is the same mind game with +4. The down back 3 plus 4. You have to figure out if they're gonna mash. You know, if they're doing a power, like people usually do power crush. So I do a down 3, or I do back 3-3 again. But even back 3-3 can be stepped. Y'all just saw. But somehow it was stepped right there. I'm so confused. But yeah. You're gonna have to track them again, you know. figure out where they're stepping, if they're mashing, you know, frame trap them, grab them, you know, do homing grabs to their stepping, do the according mids, but yeah. Remember, all the moves I told you, like standing 3, down for 4, forward 2, these are moves you have to use because you're gonna be tracking and reading the. There's so much work with like reading your opponent with Lee and how they're stepping, how they mashing, what are they doing to mash, you know. For example, if your opponent does a power crush, you're gonna have to do a down 3 right there, or a grab, you know, to stop that shit because a lot of them do that. A lot of them dick jab, so you're gonna have to always go for the frame trap. You're gonna have to, like, you know, some of them hop kicks, so you're gonna always have to mid check them. You know, it's all different reads. Some of them step, some of them sidewalk you to step the back 3-3. You know, you're gonna do 1+2. You know, you're gonna do things to track them. You're gonna do things to check them for matching. You're gonna do things for them stepping, power pushing. You know, you're gonna have to read all that. All right. Now let's go back. I'm gonna go back and go back to the down for 1 mind games because right now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go look into a down 3 low, and then there's also like 2 other lows, like 3 other lows I gotta go over. But yeah. Down for, let's go back to the down for 1 mind games. Like we already talked about, you know, if they do a high, like this is the basic. That's the basics of like these. A neutral mind games is that if your opponent is mashing, most likely they're gonna die, and they're not supposed to. They have to be very aware of how they're gonna mash in neutral. You know. Of what moves to throw out. But yeah. And of course, if your opponent is throwing highs, this is how you're gonna be using down back 3. I mean down 3, my bad. Down 3. Boom! Got his ass. Fuck that. He can't do highs against Lee Chaolan, man. You're gonna get fucked up. That's what happens. Down 3 is on hit is -1, but of course it's a mind game with it with the Hitman Power Crush. We'll talk about this in a bit about Hitman, how to use Hitman properly. But yeah, even though you can just do stuff like that, we talk about that down 3 and the Hitman stuff, like the full crouch mind game, super good. I'm gonna show y'all that shit. That shit so good. Say Hitman's trash, but yeah, down 3 is good. This is your turn. Basically, Lee Chaolan is a turn stealing reading type character. He's gonna counter hit you for the reads you like, for things you do. You know, he's gonna set you up for a lot of stuff, and he's gonna try to take a lot of stuff. You know, like take a lot of your frames, take a lot of your turns, all that stuff. You know. So down 3 counters people for mashing highs and stuff. You know. Or they're doing slow moves, you know. Down 3, you could just throw it out, just do down for 1, down 3. If they're doing highs, you pop them for that shit. Pop them, you know. You pop them. Down 3 is launch punishable, so if they block down 3, you're fucked. By the way, you're fucked. You're gonna get launched. It doesn't matter even if you go hit, man. You're gonna get launched. But hey, down 3, really good low. One of my favorite lows. I spam this low to start mixing people up, or to, like, if I got the timing down, I get a free launch. You know, if I take their turn or I counter hit them, that could be a game changer for it to end the round. But yeah, that's how you're gonna be using down 3. You're gonna use it to snuff up people for doing highs, or you can like do sidestep down 3. You know, people doing down for 1s. You know, you still counter hit them. What else? That'll be it for the down 3 mind. Well, I'll go into the Hitman later. All right, now we also got out of out of down three. You can go into full. You go also you go automatically into crouch if you don't go into hitman. And right here we get another low. We get our full crouch down forward 4. And of course, if your opponent is doing a high, it's a counter hit. You get a guaranteed counter hit. A mini combo. See, all that's guaranteed. All of that. It's a really good low for if people are doing, like, for example, let's have Nina do heat burst into a high. Check it out. So if Nina does a heat burst into a high, and I'm a ducking, right? Like, so this hits me. This actually hits me on hit, right? If I don't block this, it hits me on hit. I can do full crouch 4 and take her turn. See, Chaolan is a turn stealing character, and the way you're gonna use this low is when you do down 3, you can do full crouch low 1+2. You also, if you don't go in hitman, you also go into a full. So you're gonna do a full. It's basically a full crouch mix, right? You can pretend to go on the slide and do full crouch 4. Full crouch 2+4. See that? Silvertail. You fake out full 4-3. Just fake it out with your slide. We go into the slide stuff more, but that's how you're gonna be using it. You're gonna fake it out with your like your hitman stuff. Like you're gonna go into full crouch. Mix people up. You're gonna mix people up with full crouch 4, and then you can do wild 72. Also, if this hits on hit, if they match for mid hitman, you also can go back into hitman and do a hitman power push to catch him from mashing. I'm gonna go over his little quick. So these lows, these are my. I consider them as counter pressure. Get the fuck off me lows. Or it's time to end this low. Like end the round, end the match. All right, so that's gonna be your down back 4. It doesn't do too much damage. Right, but but it high crushes, go under highs, sometimes even mids, and of course there's a little mind game right here. If they do a high again, you can high crush them, but I don't use this too much because it doesn't grant me any plus frames, but it does give you that mind game, but it's not too good. So it's good for ending that round or getting people off of you and stop their pressure. But then also I got down 4 for it. Down 4, super good because this also has an two-way extensions, multiple way extensions. He has that. Got that. The 4-3-4 mid extension, and then he has that. But this also has like a whole low extensions, to put. But remember, if you do down 4-4, they can low parry on the second hit, and all the lows if they're blocked, see. Even on hit, I think even on hit, they still launch punishable. So be careful. But a lot of people don't know this. So even if you're gonna hitman on the last hit, you still get launched. So this is a very, very risky move to throw out. But there's also a lot of ways to mix it up. So use this as a round ender. Just use it as a round ender. See a lot of benefits. Down 3, also I use this as a round ender, but remember it's -15, but it's quick. It goes under highs. Down back 3 as well, good round ender. And that's it for the low portion. Let's go more back in depth with down for 1. Because there's one thing. Let me show you. We go into stepping later. I don't think I'll need that. Well, let's see. Let me just show you the basic. From neutral, from -3 all the way from neutral, you can step. Well, from neutral all the way to from -3 all the way from neutral -3, even from -6 you can step. Kind of, not from -6. So even though I'm down for 1 right here, I can step. So this adds another layer to how your opponent is gonna be mashing against you. Because if we have her do a mid, right? See, her down for 1 tracks to when I step to the right, so it tracks to the left, right? When I step to the right, her down for 1 tracks. But if I step to the left, it doesn't track. As well. Never mind. Nina's down for 1 is absolutely broken. Oh, it doesn't track. It doesn't track to this side. I'm so confused. What? Okay, so it doesn't track to the right. It tracks to the if I step to the left. I'm guys. I'm genuinely confused. What's going on? Maybe well, I'm just -1. Okay, let's try now. Okay, see now. So -3 truly shows how steppable the move is. So at -3, I can't step this. It's impossible. But now that I can step to this side, I'm forcing the Nina to now do a slower move, right? So I can do a magic 4. So using your movement, you can force your opponent to use slower moves, and then you can also reap upon that reward of them trying to attract you with, you know, faster moves like 1-2, 2-1, magic 4, you know, 2-2-3. Your 10 frame moves, you know. Like if you step them and you get and if you step them you get to punish them. See? You get to punish them. I get to launch them. So use your movement to create whip punishment. But this is going to take a long time to like get good with. But practice this. Practice practice against your own character. Practice how to step against your own character. That's a good way to build stepping. But later on in the future, I will make a video on how to step a little bit better. But yeah, sometimes your stepping can create whiff punishments. Another thing, y'all, cause Nina is doing another safe thing you can do. You can just do a 1-2, 2-1. Like these 1-2 has string extensions, and 2-1 also has a string extension. And let me go over these with y'all. 1-2 has a your +7. It also has an extension 1-2-2-3. So if your opponent, say your opponent always mashes on block, when you do 1-2, he mashes right away. So what you can do is that if you know that, you could do 1-2 and finish and counter hit confirm that, and boom, he dies. Look at the damage he ate. Yep. But you have to see that he mashes on 1-2. All right, 2-1, same thing. If you do 2-1 and they mash, and you can't do really anything. Also, when you do 1-2, by the way, quick tip, you can step. Remember, you're -3, so use that to your advantage. Use it to your advantage, man. And what else? 2-1 has an extension. 2-1-1 is a counter hit. So this is probably one of the best extensions in my opinion that Lee has, because if they get hit by it, you get a full combo. So if you do 2-1-1 and you get hit by the last part, that's it. They get launched. That's it. They eat a fuck ton of damage. Boom, it's over. Just like it's like 1+2, but 2-1-1. You know. Also 2-1. Yep. See. 2-1. And once they start respecting that, so it on block 2-1-1 it's punishable. It's -12. So what you gotta do, once you start blocking it, you can do 2-1 into Hitman. Get 2-1 into Hitman, you know. Or you can do 2-1 into running 3-4. You know, once you start respecting the frames, do whatever you want and start making them match again, and then you know, you start over, you start mixing them up, you know, fuck them up for like the timing changes, the Hitman mix-ups, you know. Once they start respecting it, because they're gonna respect 2-1, because you know they're gonna be afraid of the extension. Also, 2-1 also has a low extension that is reactable. This is reactable. They can see that, but you can also go on counter hit. You get a guaranteed acid rain, and 1-2-4. On no counter hit. Let me see. I think it's just neutral on hit. No, +3 on hit. So you can do a down 4-4 frame trap. You know, you're +3 down 4-1, 1-2. If they stepping in, you already know the shit. Where they're stepping the shit. He also has a 2-1-3 high extension, but these you're never really gonna use it. You're gonna mostly use the mid extension because the 2-1 in the Hitman shit and the mind game is really good. The other shit is just ass and too risky. You also got 1-2 in the mix up. You know, mix it up, you know, mix up cancels. Stuff like that, you know. Something I do, I usually do 1-2 into a mix-up cancel 4. That's pretty good. What else? Let's dive into Lee's arsenal more. Let's go around his general game plan. His general game plan is going to be keep out and counter hit reads. So with Lee Chaolan, with your bases, once you see how, like, the reason down for 1 and jabs are so important is because it shows you what type of opponent you're going to be going against. If your opponent is mashing, most likely he's going to mashing a lot on your setups and plus frames. Most likely he's going to be hit a lot on a lot of back 4s, 4-4-3s. You're going to keep people who are aggressive. You're gonna keep them out. People who are aggressive, Lee is really good against, because he can take their turn, and and when they get counter hit, it's gonna hurt a lot. So you're gonna do a lot of back 4s from this range, you know. But you can whiff back 4, right, and do another back 4, you know, because not a lot of characters can whiff punish that. And if they get it in wrong, they're gonna get hit by a back 4. So you're gonna just do back 4s around this range, you know. You also can go on the Hitman, make it more evasive, you know. And also if hit back 4 hits on block, you know, they come in and hits on block, you're -2. So you can do a Hitman 3. You don't even gotta go into. You can do back 4, 2-2-3, back 4. You -3, so you can step, you know, work around your frames, you know. You can do back 4, you're -2, Hitman 4. You know, you can do whatever you want. You mix them up. But I'll talk about Hitman in a bit. But yeah, back 4, it's like a 3+4 from Brian. You know, just keep them out. Bop! It's like a bat. You're gonna keep them out with a bat. Feel me? Just keep them out. Electric. Keep them out. Okay, another tool I think we got is 4-4-3. Oh, another quick tip. Silver. How do I get to the point for them to start chasing me before I can hit them with back 4? Simple. In the beginning of the round, you can just backdash, and if they just backdash, you can start throwing out back 4s, right? But if you want to be a little bit more definitive, and it's going to be after down for 1. So you're going to poke them up. You're going to poke them up, get as much damage as you can, and back off and run away. Run away, and then you're going to start doing back 4s again. But if you already, like, you know, your opponent is getting so fucked up, he doesn't know what to do, you're going to start coming in you know, rushing them down. But you have to set up with the back. You got to calm them down first. So you're gonna poke them up, counter hit them, get all that shit, back off, let them come to you, let them kill themselves for coming to you, and boom, that's it. Okay, I got 5 more minutes on this clip. So we got back 4, keep out. 4-4-3 is also our keep out. It's a really good keep out move because in heat it's +5. It's +5 in 2 heat burst situation, and in heat, if your opponent whiffs at all, they're gonna eat a big fat combo. If he whiffs or, you know, comes in wrong, he's gonna eat a big fat combo. He's gonna die. There's no doubt about it. So it's a really good rounded. Keep out with Punisher, you know, because it grants that. All right. And then to mix that up, you're gonna do slide. You know, you got your slide. I don't do too much. I'm not really a slide lead player because I think it's like lead slide in this game is not good. But you can mix it up with slide. You know, you can act. So what you're gonna do is hold down, forward, down, forward. You're gonna do a little shimmy, and then you're gonna press X. There's a lot of videos on YouTube on how to do that. I'm gonna make that myself one day, but not in the future. But you know, you can learn slide on a different video. But you're gonna mix it up with 4-4-3 while setting 2-3. You know, it's called a shimmy. You know, Fighting GM was a really good video on how to do the slide. But that's how you're gonna mix it up. You know. Anyways, 1+2, super good. 1+2 is super good because it's a homing. You can go in a hitman. You can go in a crouch. It's plus on hitman, -1 on crouch. Super good move. There's not much. That's all I gotta say. It's super good move. But yeah. And then because it's a homing move, you're gonna mix it up with running 3-4. You're gonna do running 3-4. So first you're gonna do running 3-4 to mix to pressure people. They're gonna start sidewalking you. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna do a 1+2. So you're gonna pretend that you're gonna do a running 3-4, and then you 1+2. You know, mix that up. And mix it up. We're going to stance or not going to the stance. Feel me? All right. Running 3-4. You can go to running 3-4. Now we're gonna go into Hitman. And now I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna this is gonna be a part 2 of how to use Hitman. Yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. I don't have enough time, that's why I edit right now. But yeah, that took an hour. I'm actually surprised. Well, see you in a bit.